हेरंभाय नमः। ओम स्कंदपूर्वजाय नमः। ओम श्री सिद्धिविनायक स्वामिने नमः। ओम ओंकार सिंह सर्वेन्द्राय नमः। ओम ओंकारोद्यानकोकिलाय नमः। ओम ओंकार नीडशुकराजे नमः। ओम ओंकारारण्यकुंजराय नमः। ओम नगराज सुताजानये नमः। ओम नगराज निजालयाय नमः। ओम नवमाणिक्यमालाढ्याय नमः। ओम नवचंद्रशिखामणये नमः। ओम नंदितशेषमौनीन्द्राय नमः। ओम नंदीशादिमदेशिकाय नमः। ओम मोहानलसुधासाराय नमः। ओम मोहाम्बुजसुधाकराय नमः। ओम मोहान्धकारतरणये नमः। ओम मोहोत्पलनभोमनये नमः। ओम भक्तज्ञानाब्धिशीतांशवे नमः। ओम भक्तज्ञानतृणालयाय नमः। ओम भक्ताम्बोजसहस्रांशवे नमः। ओम भक्तकेकिघनाय घनाय नमः। ओम भक्तकैरवराकेन्दवे नमः। ओम भक्तकोकदिवाकराय नमः। ओम गजाननादिसंपूज्याय नमः। ओम गजचर्मोज्ज्वलाकृतये नमः। ओम गंगाधवलदिव्यांगाय नमः। ओम गंगापङ्किलसज्जटाय नमः। ओम गगनाम्बरसंवीताय नमः। ओम गगनामुक्तमूर्धजाय नमः। ओम वदनाब्जजिताब्जश्रिये नमः। ओम वदनेन्दुस्फुरद्दिशाय नमः। ओम वरदानैकनिपुणाय नमः। ओम वनवीरोज्ज्वलत्कराय नमः। ओम वनमाससमुल्लासाय नमः। ओम वनवैरैकलोलुपाय नमः। ओम तेजभुञ्जघनाकाराय नमः। ओम तेजसामपि भासकाय नमः। ओम विनेयानां तेजःप्रदाय नमः। ओम तेजोमयनिजाश्रमाय नमः। ओम दमितानङ्गसङ्ग्रामाय नमः। ओम दरहासजिताङ्गनाय नमः। ओम दयारससुधासिन्धवे नमः। ओम दरिद्रधनसेवदये नमः। ओम क्षीरेन्दुस्फटिकाकाराय नमः। ओम क्षीरेन्दुमुकुटोज्ज्वलाय नमः। ओम क्षीरोपहाररसिकाय नमः। ओम क्षिप्रैश्वर्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ओम नानाभरणमुग्धांगाय नमः। ओम नारीसम्मोहनाकृतये नमः। ओम नागब्रह्मरसास्वादिने नमः। ओम नागभूषणभूषिताय नमः। ओम मूर्तिनिन्दितकन्दर्पाय नमः। ओम मूर्तामूर्तजगत्प्रपुषे नमः। ओम मूलाज्ञानतमोभानवे नमः। ओम मूर्तिमत्कल्पपादपाय नमः। ओम तरुणादित्यसङ्काशाय नमः। ओम तन्त्रीवादनतत्पराय नमः। ओम तरुमूलैकनिलयाय नमः। ओम तप्तजाम्बूनदप्रभाय नमः। ओम तत्त्वपुस्तोलसत्पाणये नमः। ओम तपुनोडुपलोचनाय नमः। ओम यमसंयुमसन्नुतसत्कीर्तये नमः। ओम यमसंयुमसंयुताय नमः। ओम यतिरूपधराय मौनिने नमः। ओम यतीन्द्रोपासविग्रहाय नमः। ओम मन्दारहाररुचिराय नमः। ओम मन्दस्मितलसत्वक्त्राय नमः। ओम मधुराधरपल्लवाय नमः। ओम मञ्जीरमण्डिपादाब्जाय नमः। ओम मणिपट्टोलसत्कटये नमः। ओम हस्ताङ्कुरितचिन्मुद्राय नमः। ओम हठयोगपरोत्तमाय नमः। ओम हंसजप्याक्षमालाढ्याय नमः। ओम हंसेद्वाराध्यपादुकाय नमः। ओम मेरुशृङ्गतटोल्लासाय नमः। ओम मेघश्याममनोहराय नमः। ओम मेधाङ्कुरालवालाग्र्याय नमः। ओम मेधाफक्फलद्रुमाय नमः। ओम धार्मिकान्तर्गुहावासाय नमः। ओम धर्ममार्गप्रवर्तकाय नमः। ओम धामत्रयनिजारामाय नमः। ओम धर्मोत्तममनोरथाय नमः। ओम प्रबोधोद्गारदीपश्रिये नमः। ओम प्रकाशितजगत्र्याय नमः। ओम प्रज्ञाचन्द्रशिलाचन्द्राय नमः। ओम प्रज्ञामणिवराकराय नमः। ओम ज्ञानान्तरभासात्मने नमः। ओम ज्ञातृज्ञातिविदूरगाय नमः। ओम ज्ञानज्ञाद्वैतदिव्यांगाय नमः। ओम ज्ञातृख्यातिकुलागताय नमः। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताग्र्याय नमः। ओम प्रणतार्थप्तिबाडवाय नमः। ओम भूतानां प्रमाणभूताय नमः। ओम प्रपंचहितकारकाय नमः। ओम यत्तत्त्वमसि संवेद्याय नमः। ओम यक्षगेयात्मवैभवाय नमः। ओम यज्ञादिदेवतामूर्तये नमः। ओम यजमानवपुर्धराय नमः। ओम छत्राधिपतिविश्वेशाय नमः। ओम छत्रसामरसेविताय नमः। ओम छन्दशास्त्रादिनिपुणाय नमः। ओम छलजात्यादिदूर्गाय नमः। ओम स्वाभाविकसुखैकात्मने नमः। ओम स्वानुभूतिरसोदधये नमः। ओम स्वाराज्यसम्पदध्यक्षाय नमः। ओम स्वात्माराममहामतये नमः। ओम हाटकावजटाजूटाय नमः। ओम हासोदस्तारिमण्डलाय नमः। ओम हालाहलोज्ज्वलग्गलाय नमः। ओम हार्दग्रन्थिविमोचकाय नमः। ओम श्रीमेधादक्षिणामूर्तिस्वामिने नमः। ओम श्री दयानन्दसद्गुरवे नमः। ओम श्री महेशानन्दसद्गुरवे नमः। Should we do a meditation today? प्रातर्स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयं यत्स्वप्नजागर सुषुप्तमभैति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्मनिष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः। In the morning, immediately upon waking up, I think about the meaning of this verse. It may not be necessary for me to even verbalize this mantra, Pratasmarami. But I should remember the meaning of the verse. I should keep the meaning of the verse as my first set of thoughts, as I wake up for a new day. I may still be lying down. My head may not have left the pillow yet. Of welcoming each day by filling my mind with the meaning of this verse. And the meaning of this verse is simple but very profound. If I reflect upon my life, I find that I lead my life with a basic conclusion that I am a human being. With all of its manifestations. I may be a male or a female. I may have a healthy body or a body with some problems. I have a certain position in my life, relationships, jobs to do, and so on. And it is very natural that when you first wake up in the morning, your thoughts continue with this conclusion. The conclusion being, I am a human being. These series of thoughts are natural to me. They flow automatically the moment I get up in the morning. So the meaning of this verse is that my natural uneducated conclusion about myself which is called Prakrita Buddhi. Prakrita Buddhi means my natural uneducated, unenquired conclusion is that I am a human being. And as a human being, one of my desires, aspirations, is to have a spiritual experience. Depending upon my background and my contacts and my studies, I may aspire to be an evolved being. This aspiration to be evolved into a spiritual experience is also an extension of my conclusion that I am a human being. That I am this human being is the launching pad for all of my thoughts, desires, and aspirations. All those desires and aspirations are a function of the day ahead of me, what I am able to do, etc. The meaning of this verse, Pratharsmarami, is that this is not a correct way of looking at yourself. Shastra says that this may be a beginning for you, but once you ascertain the facts about yourself through the study of the Shastras, then you need to change to the following facts. Instead of your conclusion that I am a human being, you should know that you are a conscious being. You do not have consciousness. Your nature is awareness. And an awareness which has always been the case. If you look at just this life, it is the same awareness from the time when you were born as a baby. I, the awareness, which has no time limits, which is not a function of space, which is not a function of any location, any situation. You just are. And the nature of this conscious being is fullness. Lacking nothing. In fact, it is the nature of Parameshvara. One which is never born. It cannot be born. One which cannot die, cannot even change. Forget about death. It's not even changeable. This in the Shastra is called Brahman, this conscious being, and it is none other than you, the Atma. So the meaning of this verse says, begin your day by going over the facts about yourself. And the facts about yourself are, you are this conscious being that we just described. But you are temporarily behaving like a human being. And there is nothing wrong with that. You are not a human being aspiring for spiritual freedom. You are the spiritual freedom with a temporary connection with the status of being a human being. This is what happens in a dream. You are not a dreamer, but you are temporarily connected to being a dreamer. So this verse says, after educating yourself, that you are Turiya, not a human being, even though you are temporarily behaving as a human being. So the verse says, the moment you wake up, direct your thoughts to the meaning of this verse. Pratasmarami, may you immediately recollect. Hridi, in your own heart, meaning your own mind. Samspuradatma tattvam, that you are an unchanging, constant I, the consciousness. Samspuradatma tattvam, which is the nature of Satchit Sukham, Turiyam, Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. You are not a collection of inert elements. You are a conscious being that is flowing into this body which is inert, and which is called Bhuta Sangaha, which is nothing but an appliance. It's like you are an electricity flowing into an appliance. So the meaning of the verse is, the fact of yourself, the fact of the matter about yourself is not that you are a human being that wants to become a spiritual being. You are, in fact, the spiritual being already. And like in a dream, you think you are a human being. I want Ishvara's help in starting my day with these thoughts. with this change in direction of my thoughts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Is the sound okay in the back? You can hear me? Huh? Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bhed Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gukarastvandakaro Vai Rukarastvannivartakaha Andhakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Vidiyate Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Are you going to use the TV? I
I
want to just make sure.
might, not sure yet. Let us chant. Let's chant three verses, Karika number 18, 19 and 20. Number 18, Nishchitayam Yatha. Nishchitam Yatha Rajvam Vikalpo Vinivartate Rajju Reveti Chadvaitam Sadvatatma Vinishchayaha Pranadibhi Ranantaischa Bhavai Retai Vikalpitaha Mayaisha Tasya Devasya Yaya Sammohita Swayam Pranahaiti Pranavidaha Bhutaniti cha tadvidaha Bhutaniti cha Gunaiti gunavidaha Tattvaniti Tattvaniti cha tadvidaha. So we are going to enter into a very long dissertation on the way people believe who they are and what this world is all about. What are their basic beliefs? And there is a long series of them which we will cover rather quickly because probably at this stage we are not that interested in the details of each one of these beliefs. We will go over them some very, very briefly. But before we start on this journey, which is starting with verse number 20, and you can see, I'll just quickly enunciate few of the verses, so just for sake of time, you'll see how similar they are. Prana iti prana vidaha, bhutani iti chat tat vidaha, guna iti guna vidaha, tattvani iti chat tat vidaha, pada iti pada vidaha, vishaya iti tat vidaha, loka iti loka vidaha, deva iti cha tat vidaha, veda iti veda vidaha, yajna iti cha tat vidaha, bhokta iti cha bhoktra vidaha, bhojyam iti cha tat vidaha, etc., etc. This is going to go on for quite a while. And instead of really going into the same deliberate pace that we are doing, we'll go over it somewhat more quickly so you get an overall feeling for it. But let us start to understand what is being said here. This is the more important thing. What is the concept behind these things? Because this is, as you know, this is a prakarana called Vaithatya Prakaranam. So Vaithatya Prakaranam, if you recall, if I ask you what is the essence of the Vaithatya Prakaranam, maybe if anybody can answer. In the very beginning we had said the very essence of the Vaithatya Prakaranam. Do anybody recalls what it was?
Mithya?
Logic.
What were you saying? Okay, so just to remind you, you know that there is something which is communicated by the Shastra. So that was the Agama Karika, the first one, Prakaranam. Agama Prakaranam means what is being said by the Shastra. Then the second one is what is being said by the Shastra has to be understood logically. So the Vaithatya Prakaranam, the essence of the Vaithatya Prakaranam is to see the logic in it. So that is the essence of the Vaithatya Prakaranam. So in keeping with that essence, you should now understand what is being said about. And so there is a various concepts being communicated to affirm the logic of it. So one of the most important ones following this was that please see the similarity between dream and waking states. See the logic of it. Do not believe in something which is illogical, which is what we do. Illogical means that we don't consider them to be alike. We don't think much about the dream. Well, it's gone, but it has no essence to me. The main thing is how to be alive. This is illogical. And so therefore, what we need to do is to educate ourselves to make sure that we think logically based on the advice of the Shastras. Because we can come up with our own logic. In fact, all of these belief systems, they have their own logic. And there are problems with that. So our Vedas, which is really nothing but the words of Ishvara, are saying, wait, be totally logical. And being totally logical, there are many aspects of that, which is that please see that you are Turiya. It has nothing to do with these states that you are experiencing. And they are very similar. There are some differences in It's like they are the same jati. The Swapnavastha and the Jagratavastha is the same jati. And within the jati, you can have some differences. Like, you have various dogs. So you have a little chihuahua or whatever that's called. This is a small dog. And you have this big German shepherd. And the two don't look alike. One frightens you, the other one is kind of lovable. But they're both dogs. So similarly too is the fact that the Swapnavastha and the Jagratavastha belong to the same family. You should understand this. It's very possible that a small baby, a 1-year-old baby, may mistake this small chihuahua to be a cat. And this whole concept of jati, etc., is not really known to this baby. But as you grow up, you begin to understand that they are both dogs. Even though they're different. It's not like one of them is a mouse. So therefore, this is the education that we have to see. Our Shastra says, please grow up. Please grow up. Don't hang on to the same idea that they belong to different jatis and I don't have to worry about swapna. You have to worry about swapna. Worry about swapna means you have to think about swapna as a very major, because it's a gift by the Lord. Not just everything is very deliberately done. Anyway, this is just going back to it, I haven't come to the main subject yet, that really this Vaithatya Prakaranam is all about understanding the Shastra from a logical standpoint, that the two are the same jati. So this is one. Now we are embarking, in fact we have been doing it without realizing it, but now we are embarking on a new concept. One of them, what was the first concept? Maybe not the very first one, but one of the previous concept is that Swapna and Jagra are very similar. You should see the similarity. You should see the similarity. It's like if you have to think about these two dissimilar dogs, you now have to understand what is dogness mean. There's some similarity to it. That's what you have to research. So similarly here also, that similarity has to be looked into. Now the second concept now is a new one, and let us understand what that is. This is an important one to see as well. This one says that if you are looking for something and you haven't found it, then your mind works in a particular way. It kind of goes haywire. Maybe it's here. No, maybe it's over there. No, I think I left it there. I'm not sure that it was there. I don't know what's going on. So your thoughts are all with respect to this uncertainty of where the object is. This is you should see this, and we all have experienced with that as well. I told you this very interesting experience that I had last year. I think that when I told you about this instance that happened. Really was revealing. Because all your experiences are something that teaches you if you are just aware of it. So what happened was that usually when I go out, I check my wallet to make sure that everything is in there. And the credit card was not there. And I don't have multiple credit cards. I only have one Visa Costco card. That's the only one that I use. It wasn't there. Now you can imagine, immediately these thoughts come. And I'm ready to go. Perhaps my wife was waiting downstairs, and I'm looking, and I'm saying, I can't find my wallet. You can imagine what happened. My credit card. So what happens is this is not an easy situation because everything is depending on that, and the credit card is not there. Then thoughts come, where is it? Is somebody using it? Just recently, this is unconnected to it. My wife's Visa card was somebody used it in Romania.
Mm-hmm. That happens all
That happens all the time. So actually, we got a call from. We didn't know this. Got a call from the Visa people and saying, "Have you made this purchase?" And my wife said, "No, I haven't made this purchase." So they said, "Please, we kind of knew this was happening, so please don't use it anymore." And she was given a new card, which is a big pain because all of your automatic things have to be changed and so on. So we didn't lose anything, but you had to go through a lot of pain. And so all those thoughts came to me that, I've lost my, I don't know. So now you are now thinking, just imagine, this is the thing we have to think about. Where did I leave it? And when you come to my age, you can't even remember where you were yesterday. What did you do? Where did you have lunch? You forget about it. This, you are all young, you can see this very clearly. But my memory is now such, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Forget about yesterday. So I can't remember where I was. So then we are both searching our mind. I think we went for a car wash, was it? Yeah, that was true. Then after that, where did we go? All these thoughts are coming. You can imagine the nature of these thoughts. Then, very interesting thing that happened. All of a sudden, it struck me that I had made a transaction over the phone using the credit card. And what happened was that my credit card was in my closet, and I took the credit card, sat on my desk and gave the number to someone, and I forgot to put it back. This fact became clear to me. This much I remembered. This is what happened. And I was very lucky. So now what happened was, imagine this. Follow this. My thoughts went into a different category. The worry was gone, but I still haven't found it. You see this? My worry is gone. It's there somewhere in this house. It is still uncertain as to where it is, but that worry about, my goodness, has been stolen. What am I going to do? This, that, or the other, that is gone. So then the next thought struck me. And I said, I was sitting on my desk and I have a bunch of things that I had not cleaned up. It must be in there. Sure enough, I just lifted a couple of things and my credit card is there. Now when I found my credit card, imagine, look at this. The whole set of thoughts about where is it, what is going to happen, all of this was gone. Instantly gone. It's not as though I have to one by one remove them. No, that is okay too, that is okay too. The whole thing is gone. Just suddenly disappears. By the way, the very famous 10th man story that you're all very familiar with gives this. This is why this example of the credit card was very useful to me, because I could see the parallel very clearly. The 10th man story gives these 3 stages very clearly. First stage is that I don't know where the 10th man is. He's lost. All the worries, maybe he's gone. Maybe what happened? He got blown up, in the water, and all kinds of things. Then a person comes in and says, listen, what is your problem? So they said, the problem is very simple. There used to be 10 of us, there's only 9 left. So the person says, he counts them and he says, are you sure that is your problem? That you are 9? He says, yes. Don't you think that's a big enough problem? He says, that is not a problem because I've found the 10th person. So at this stage, the thoughts of the 10th man are a little bit better. It is just like knowing that my credit card is within the house. So look at this. So this is what would be called paroksha jnanam. So the first one would be ajnanam. Ajnana means I don't know where it is. I don't know what's going on. The second one is paroksha jnana. Brahma asti. It is a paroksha jnana. So the Shastra also provides us with this. Anyway, let's complete the 10th man story. Then I'll connect it. So now look at the level of sorrow, the level of worry by the 10th person. Just look at it. 3 stages. One stage is where your mind is going haywire. You have no idea what's going to happen. Where's the 10th person? I'm responsible for the 10th person. How can I face life? I should have really been much more careful. All those kinds of thoughts. The second one is that the tears have dried up. And he says, calm down. I found it. Okay? And he says, where? He says, I'll tell you in a minute. Just calm down. And so this is what is called an apta purusha. Apta purusha means that if some random person came in and he says, don't worry, it'll be okay, life is like that, it's okay. That doesn't help me. But if a wise person who looks like a person who knows what he or she is talking about with no agenda says, I think I found it, and not I think I found it, and I will explain it to you in a minute. Immediately your level of worry goes down a big stage, big step. Just like mine was, as soon as I found out that, my goodness, last night I made a purchase sitting on my desk, which is a fact. Exactly what happened. And I haven't gone anywhere in the middle of the night. It is right here in the room. Oh my goodness. I think I just did not even search. I just had a cup of tea. I said, I'll do this later on. I know it's in the home. I don't have to do anything. This is how the level of drop. But I haven't found it yet. There's a little bit of a worry still there, because even in the house is a pretty big place. You know, I constantly lose my glasses somewhere. I have no idea where they are. So there is a little bit of a worry that will take me about 15-20 minutes to find it. And you get irritated. Why did I have to do all of this? So there is still a little bit, but nothing like the first stage of the worry. So then the 10th man, as you know, the person says, please make a line and stay with me, okay? So that you have no doubts whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. You are the 10th person. Imagine the joy and the relief of this person. So now, let us look at what the Karika, Gaudapada ji, is telling us about this. So listen to this carefully. Okay? We are all searching. The life is characterized by uncertainty and search. I am looking for happiness, peacefulness. And I can't find it. I don't know where it is. And there are moments that give me some glimpses of happiness. And that actually upsets me even more. Because I want those moments of happiness to continue, but they don't continue. And I am frustrated. This is more or less the situation with everyone in this world. And the thoughts about where to find it are so varied in so many different ways. So much uncertainty, and the magnitude of the variety. Yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. The variety. This is where we follow different belief systems. We're desperate. Let's just go here. Let's go there. Maybe it's art of living. Maybe it's TM. Maybe we should go to TM. Buddhism, maybe Buddhism has some good ideas, that seems to everybody says, have you been to Vipassana? You've got to go to Vipassana. So then I don't have the time, but I wish I could go to Vipassana. So that person maybe has found it. You ask that person after a while, he says, no, that Vipassana was good, but I need to go to another one. All searching. This is our situation. And here the example of the Rajju Sarpa, the rope and the snake, is a very good one. Classic example. These are the 10th man example and the Rajju Sarpa are something we should clearly see. And what is to be seen here, which is really the most important thing about the Rajju Sarpa example, is that if you don't know what it is, your thoughts are haywire. It's very interesting, I'm talking about Rajju Sarpa. So, night before last, I was walking on my backyard. So I have about a 2-minute walk that I have in my own backyard. So I do this about 10-15 rows because I want to walk a lot in the evening. I was walking there, and there's a lot of these lizards and and so on and so forth. All of a sudden I see a small snake. And we have a deck, and then there's underneath there's our basement also it's been a hillside home. There are all kinds of things going on. A snake is there. So I stop. And there are 2 or 3 lizards looking at the snake to see whether it's going to do anything or not. So now I have to think very quickly, what am I going to do? And normally if it is a little bit away from my home, the snake is a snake, it's okay. But it's right in next to my home. And it get into the basement or something, I'll never be able to find it. And the thoughts of that there is a snake inside the home will be worrying. I have to make a quick, and now I have to kill the snake. It's not that big a snake, it was about 18 inches, maybe 20 inches long, and the size of a small finger, even smaller than this, and just sitting there quietly. So I had to find, so I found a potted plant. I didn't know what else to do. So I found a potted plant with a clay pot, and I just tried to smash him with this. And I was talking to my, there's a caretaker for my home, Mike, and so he takes care of many gardens around. So I was talking to him, and I was telling him, snakes don't die easily. Very hard to kill because their whole life is throughout the whole thing altogether. And so I had a hard time really killing it. In the process, my blood came out of for a while I thought it was the snake's blood, but it was really my own. That because the pot broke, and I was trying to do that. Anyway, it was anyway, it's done with, and so on and so forth. So now, what happens is that when we are not sure what this, so now, yeah, this is what I think. I have in the same walk, now I know that there are snakes around. So all of a sudden when I walk, when I see something at dusk time, I'm not sure what it is. And there's lots of squiggles and leaves, and my hose is also there. All these things are there. So all of a sudden now I have a new uncertainty about the shape of the garden. So this is the example given in this also, Rajju Sarpa. If you don't know what it is, your mind plays tricks on you. Gives you a level of worry, etc., etc. But if someone says, you mistook this rope to be a snake, and you show this clearly, what happens is that this cloud of thoughts collapses. This is an important thing to see. Similarly is our situation in life. Our situation is, I am searching, I'm worried, I'm restless, I'm impatient, somewhat frustrated. How am I going to find happiness? Which I know I have. I can get it. So any moment of joy, in fact, is also frustrating because you enjoy it, but you know it's not going to last. And and I don't know where it goes, how it comes. I have no idea. This is exactly like losing a credit card and saying, I don't know what happened. Maybe it's here, maybe there. Is it my fault? But then, if I find it, all those thoughts, it's not as though you have to systematically change your life. It instantly goes. So now with that, look at this verse number 18 again. This is what verse number 18 is saying. Nishchitam yatha rajvam vikalpaha vinivartate rajjuhu eva iti cha advaitam tadvat atma vinishchaya. In fact, if you go back to number 17, that gives the uncertainty, and the 18th gives you the certainty. Anishchita yatha rajju andhakare vikalpita sarpadharadibhihi bhavaihi tadvat atma vikalpita. There, look at this. Let's start with number 17. So 17 says that just like your understanding that this is just a mere rope is not ascertained. It's not ascertained. You don't know this is just a rajju. Therefore, andhakare vikalpitaha, like it is a sarpaha, or maybe it is just a dharaha, means just, maybe it is just a some mark of a water, or it is a hose. You have all kinds of ideas. Dharadi bhivai tadvat. Similarly, tadvat atma vikalpita. Right now, without knowing exactly who you are, without having understanding, you are searching and you are finding, and you don't know, you're confused about your own happiness. What is the source of the happiness? Maybe it is food, maybe it is friendship, maybe it is dharma, maybe going to temple, You don't know what the happy. What is confusing is that sometimes it does work. That makes it even worse because it worked last time. I think I was telling you this, that it often happens. You go to some new restaurant which is not very expensive, and the food is good. And that a couple of dishes that you had, you said, "Oh, that was wonderful." So you said, "Wow, this is good. It is not that expensive. I think we can come here again." You go the next time, you are very disappointed. Same food. Swami Dayanand used to say that. He says your mood has now changed because it was not the food. You were in a good mood. Everything was fine. So really you should have enjoyed your mood, but you thought it was the food. And next time you go there, the food is the same, but the mood is different. Anyway, all those uncertainties. Where is the happiness? How am I going to do this happen? So this is number 17. Then in number 18 it says, Nishchitam yatha rajvam. That once you know that this is all those swirling thoughts, where do they disappear? They go away completely. He says, Tadvat atma vinishchaya. He says, this is what is going to happen to you. This is what will happen to you. Once the clarity, main clarity that will come is that you are the source of Ananda. This is just an absolutely amazing, unbelievable fact. Me? I am the source of Ananda? Yes. So this has to be understood. It is not somebody says, okay, you give me $100 and I'll prove to you that I'll give you some happiness. You are the very happiness. There's no agenda about it. But I don't get it. How can I be that? Because you're looking at the wrong thing. You're looking at the dreamer, not the Turiya. And so he says, if you were to see that you are the very source of happiness, then this entire search and uncertainty and the swirling of thoughts about just disappear. So this is the concept. See this? So this is the concept. The concept is the first, the second, the other concept was that both the Swapnavastha and Jagrata Avastha are the same jati. You are the Turiya. The second one is that once you understand who you are, that you are the very spiritual being, and your understanding that you are a human being is an imposition on yourself rather than the other way around, the ball game is over. You are no longer going to really go around looking for things and so on. But he says what happens is people are searching. And there are many ways of searching, many ways of believing. Every belief is a search. And that list now starts. How are people believing? How are they searching? What is going on? And all of that is now starting. And so this is the concept that I think we have to see. Number 19 starts with this. Pranadibhi anantaischa bhavaihi etaihi vikalpitaha. So vikalpitaha means they are searching. Different thoughts come. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. This is the vikalpana. Kalpana means all kinds of thinking. I think it should be this. I think it is that. This is, I'm happier here. Let's go to a pilgrimage. That's better. No, let's do this. No, I think dharma is better. No, karma is better. All kinds of things that people do. And one interesting thought here, which Swami Maheshananji has clarified, I want to point out about this, about number 19. Here, yaya sammohitaha swayam. So I want to focus on that part of it. But let me finish the thought about the other one. So he says, pranadhibhihi bhavaihi anantaihi vikalpitaha. That maybe it is the essence of life. Prana here means life. What makes you alive is the prana. Pranadhibhihi. So they have all kinds of what is the source of life. I want to get to the source of life. All the lives, you can see they're alive. What is the source of it? What is the common element? Maybe I should look into that. So that is what it is meant by pranadhibhihi anantaihi bhavaihi vikalpitaha. Okay? Then he says, then the second line is the one I now want to focus on. Maya esha tasya devasya yaya sammohitaha swayam. So this word swayam is being explained by Swami Maheshananji. And Swami Maheshananji's commentary on all of these verses go right up to the end, because the Vaithyatya Prakaranam has a 36 verse. So up to 31 or so is the listing of these. And Swami Maheshananji has given a detailed commentary on the belief systems and our pointing out what are their problems in those belief systems. So if we did that, it will take us another 6 months. And I'm just going to give you a brief summary of them here and there, but not go through each one of them. He has. And those of you that have a Hindi book, you can certainly go into this in great detail. But before he does that, he has given a commentary on the second line, which I'm going to do now. Maya esha tasya devasya yaya sammohitaha swayam. So this word swayam is the one we should understand. So what it means is that there is a Maya Shakti. There is a power which has made me self-confused about myself. And what Maheshananji is pointing out so well is something we have to really think about this. These are very subtle and advanced commentaries. Is that if someone else confuses me, that is not as damaging as my confusing myself. And another thing to see is these words like Brahman, Ishvara, Maya. We tend to think about them in third cases. Ishvara is somewhere, Maya is somewhere, Brahman is somewhere. That is not the right way to look at it. That is an intermediate stage. What I have to look at that is me as an individual. So it is not just Brahman, it is the Atma, me. And Maya is a power to confuse myself. This is what is used in the word Swayam. And Ishvara also means that my understanding of who I am, And I'm also a partial Ishvara. So for example, in killing this snake, I was Ishvara. I had to see, should I let it go? I said, no, this is going to crawl inside the house somewhere. I don't want to, I have to kill it. So I'm Ishvara with respect to killing the snake. And so really speaking, it is, and the big Ishvara is, if I have to look at the big Ishvara, I have to look at myself as a small Ishvara. How the whole thing interacts, Maya, Brahman, Ishvara, how it interacts, can be seen for yourself. This is what is being talked about. So here, Swami Maheshananji makes this point. I'll just go over it again. That Maya esha tasya devasya. Devaha here means a chetana vastu. One who is sentient. Me. I'm a sentient being, just like we talked about in the meditation today. I'm a sentient being. This is the Deva. So the word Deva comes from Div, means to shine, self-shining. Maya esha tasya devasya yaya sammohitaha swayam. This Devaha, this me, self-confused myself. Here, this was one commentary, and I'll go back to the Swayam. I haven't finished doing that. One commentary on this is that, we often think about this is a very common question that comes up, that how did this whole creation come about? Why did I get into this mess? Why am I even born? Why are these problems happening to me? What is the agenda? Who's doing this to me? What's going on? This is my basic question. And another basic question is, why did Ishvara creates this problematic problem where there's death and rapes and all kinds of issues? Why? And so, the thing I should understand is that this is the way the whole creation is. Now, what do you mean by that? How is that helpful to me? This is the way the whole thing means, accept it and so on. The way the creation is, if you don't understand it, you suffer. If you understand it, you enjoy. This is the basic creation. Without this, there is no creation. In fact, there is no creation. But if you think there is a creation, it is meant for understanding. Very much like this whole thing is meant for our entertainment. It's a huge drama. And if I don't understand it's a drama, I can be very, if I don't understand, you get so involved with the plot of the movie, you can cry and suffer. But if you understand that this is just entertainment, Leela, then you're okay. This is how creation is. To understand, not to understand Ishvara and Brahman creates problems. To understand Ishvara and Brahman, it's gone. Just like that. This is the one we should do. And so therefore, this is what the whole creation, I have a whole creation which I myself has created. And if I don't understand it, I get entangled into it. This is what is being said here. So now, let us go back to what Swami Maheshananji was pointing out, which is the nuance of the word Swayam. Okay? And this is very similar to what Swami Dayananji was always telling us. I've said that to you before also. You are the problem, you are the solution. He had his own way of explaining the same Shastric. Now it's kind of, I can see the similarity of it. How and why is what's discussed by Swami Maheshananji, and I'll go over that in a few minutes. And then the rest of it I think we'll do from next time on. So what he's saying is that if you look at this, your own belief system entangles you and creates problems for you. Whatever you did has given you more problems than anything else. He gives so many different examples here. Let me just see this. Where did I? Yeah. Okay. One is that your mother and father were given to you. You did not choose them. Okay? You chose your spouse to a certain degree, and you chose your children. Okay? Well, let's look at the spousal example. This is an interesting one. Swami Maheshananji comments about it. So he says that in a completely arranged marriage, which the Indian Hindus do, we do, there are less problems. Why? Because you did not choose the spouse. It was given to you. Somehow they might have had some of your views into it, but basically they were just given to you. That does not cause you as many problems. Because if you chose it, you have to solve it. If you have problems with your wife and you chose it, you feel personally, why did I make this mistake? Why did I fall in love with her to begin with? This is much more problematic to you. And if somebody says, so Swami Maheshananji says that what happens is that if you're in an arranged marriage and you're having some problems, everybody comes in and says, if you do this, we'll arrange for the right thing to be done, and somehow or the other it sorts out. If you have a love marriage and you choose your spouse yourself and somebody tries to help you, you say, don't interfere. Don't interfere. This is our life. We'll have to sort it out ourselves. So the bandhana, the limitations are much more when you have your own Maya Shakti going into it. Same thing is true for children. Your love for your own children is much more binding than your love for your mother and father, because you did not choose the mother and father. This is one example given in here. Another example is that if you cook your food yourself and something is not right, you just suffer through it yourself, because you're the one who overcooked it, or you didn't put enough salt or something like this. But if somebody else does it, you can easily criticize and you can get away from it. This is another example that he gave. And finally he says that, really speaking, the varna and ashrama structure, your position in your where you are working, and what your duties are and so on, is something that is provided for you so you can blame someone else. I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this. You don't do it yourself. If you had no Varna Ashrama system given to you, you have to figure it out, and it is very hard to get out of those problems. Anyway, the gist of it is, I'm rushing a little bit because of time. The gist of it is that any sense of limitation that is generated by you is much more difficult to come out. You cannot blame anyone else. You have to figure out what to do. And in that sense, your conclusion that I am just a limited human being is a very damaging conclusion. Above anything else, all these examples that we gave about food and so on and so forth is nothing compared to this. And this conclusion was not given to you. See, this is the thing. It's not as though you are separate and then was given to you and then you have to. It's not given to you. You are that. That possibility is you. And you have to figure it out. And you can. But you have to take complete responsibility. You have to own it. It is just like the love marriage where somebody tries to help you and he says, no one can help us. No one can help us. We have to figure it out. If it doesn't, we figure it out, we'll give it up, but allow us to give a chance. So this word Swayam is commented on in great detail by Swamiji, by Swami Maheshananji. So he says, this interesting thing is that Maya Esha Tasya Devasya Yaya Sammohita Swayam. So similarly then all these belief systems come around. And you have to take responsibility on the limitations of the various belief systems. What is it that you will really free you from all of them? And then the belief systems are taken up in great detail, and we will summarize it, not go through in as much detail. And so here even the elements of the other religions, including Christianity and Islam and Buddhism, Jainism, all of that will be briefly discussed in the next set of verses that we will do from next time. So with that, I'll close the class today. Om Swasti Prajabhyav Paripalayantam Nyayena Magena Mahim Mahisha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaः Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaः Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Yeah,
I
Zarina?
have two questions.
Yeah.
One is, I always thought that our parents were chosen by our karmas. Uh, And here you said
Yeah,
that.
it's true. In that sense, it is true that our um, parents were chosen by our karma, and therefore by us, in
Right.
that sense. But in the sense of the relative in this world itself, that's a larger issue. But a more limited issue is that in this world, in this life, you have not you haven't. If supposing you have a problem with your parents, okay, then you don't feel personally responsible for it. That's all that is being said. Because in this life, the manifestation is that you didn't choose your parents. See? Yeah.
But then on the other hand, we're also talking about, same thing, arranged marriage, you didn't choose your spouse. Or varna ashrama, you didn't
Correct.
choose where you were born and
Correct.
what you're supposed to do. Then where does personal responsibility come in?
No, what I'm saying, what is being said here is that if it is easier for you to follow the dharma and duty, it is if it is given to you. So the varna ashrama system and arranged marriages and so on and so forth is something that is provided for you, and the thoughts that come in about them are not as damaging to you because you feel it was given to you. You better do this, and so it's not as, sometimes it's unpleasant, but you don't think much about it. You say, okay, this is the way it is. But if you did something on your own, you have to solve it. That's all is being said.
But then isn't that being more fatalistic and then not having the desire to improve a situation because you say, oh, well, that's how it was supposed to be and that's where I'm supposed to be, and
No, not fatalistic in the sense that, yes, it is true that you don't have to worry too much about it, but the Varna Ashrama system and also the arranged marriage system and so on is intended to be good to you because there are certain things you don't have to worry about it. There are other things to worry about it.
right.
To that extent, you don't have. So not as though your personal responsibility is not to be not to go through. You should still have to do all of that, but it is within the structure that is provided for you. Yeah. Yeah.
So the contradictory is, not contradictory, but you do not choose your parents, but the children, the parents has responsibility in that sense for the children, right?
Yeah.
So children does not use it, but then you have a certain
No,
responsibility.
what is the
towards
only that's
children.
point out is that you are much more intimately involved in the problems with your children.
Okay.
The swayam means
Swayam
that
means-
because it is yours. Parents are also yours,
But to a
but
certain
they are
degree.
not as, that's all that is being
Okay.
talked about, yeah.
Got it.
Kalpana, you had a question?
So with children, similar
Mhm.
thought process that, so suppose with children or parents or anybody, if you're having problems, then there are two ways to look at it. Because of my karma, this is happening.
Correct.
That's how it's gonna be.
Mhm.
And I should not try to manipulate, I should not try to change anything.
Correct.
And the other side is, I wanna keep the relations going and I have to do everything to change
Correct.
it. So there are two sides.
Yeah, but all that is being pointed out is that the um, the uh, uh, the the very seriousness of your thoughts, the worry, etc., are less once things are given to you. So your parents are, so we all have issues with respect to their getting old and this, that, or the other. Or if you have some some emotional issues where your mother says, no, you should be doing this or something other, you say, that's the way she is, I have to just go with it. But in the case of children, you have to take more personal responsibility for because you're the one who chose them, and so it bites you a little bit more in that sense. That's all that is being talked about.
So how did
Even
we choose
children,
that?
we don't
Yeah,
choose,
how-
right?
Sorry, Kalpana?
Children, we don't choose children, right? They're given to us.
No, they're also given, yeah, in that sense. No, they're also, they're given to you, but relatively speaking, they are much more closer to you. You are the one, you can decide not to have children, and then when you decide, then you had certain expectations, and if those expectations are not met, then the problems associated with those are much more personal to you than something that was just provided for you. That is all that is being talked about. No, I think that we should see the spirit of this. We don't have to go into the detailed examples. But the spirit of that is that I cannot blame anyone for who I am. I am what I am, and you are, and I just have to investigate it and to make sure that I have a complete picture about myself. And if I do, then the same thing which I blame myself for will become my friend, and I will really free myself from it. So it's just taking a complete personal responsibility for myself. Yeah, that's the point that is being said here. Don't blame Ishvara, don't blame anyone, etc. It is really just, if I'm in a soup, I have to get in a ditch, I have to get out of the ditch. Yeah.
So I understand the spirit of what you're saying. But then it seems like the examples are completely contrary to the spirit of it. What am I missing? Like, for example, we are saying, okay, Varna Ashrama, you have somebody else to blame for your problems. If you have arranged marriage, you have somebody else to blame. So-and-so arranged my marriage and look where I am. And then now you're saying that we have to take personal responsibility. We have to take responsibility for where we are so that we can understand who we are. So don't they contradict
No, they're
each
not.
other?
No, I don't see. So here's the thing. So what is said is that if there are some things that you are not responsible for, to that extent you don't worry about
You're
it.
free, okay.
That's all. Now, so this is at the Vyavaharika level. At the Paramarthika level, there is nothing that you can blame anyone else. There you are the issue and you are the solution.
Got it.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still, if you have not seen any of these flyers from Swamiji's coming, so please take them, and if you can help post some of them in the local area. I just have a few extra ones. Okay, so we'll see you next week. Thanks.
So, I'm going to send out that email to past.
Okay.
But you said something like don't ask them to.
I think we should only do it for where it is necessary.